Most AP teams tell us the same thing. Vendor emails eat the day. Payment status, PO questions, rebates, invoice mismatches. Every one of them means someone stops what they're doing and goes digging through systems. So we built an agent for it. Here's how it works. First, the vendor sends an email to the AP team. It could be payment status, a PO, a rebate, anything. The AP email agent processes it and interprets what the request is actually asking for. The agent then connects to the systems inside your platform, ERP, payroll, expense reporting, whatever the request needs. And then the agent takes action. There are 3 types of action the agent can take, and you have full control over how you categorize them. You decide where the agent runs on its own, and where you want a second check before anything reaches a vendor. Auto response, simple request, agent handles it. Example: the vendor asks for the status of the PO. What the agent does, the agent finds it in your system and replies directly. Draft. This is where you want a second look. A vendor says the amount received doesn't match the invoice. The agent still does the work. It looks up the detail, finds the discrepancy, writes the message. But instead of sending, it hands the draft to the AP team. The team gives it a thumbs up and the agent sends it. Just a second look. Escalation. These are the complex ones. A mismatch, a rebate dispute, a fraud alert. The agent pushes it to the AP team through Teams, or whatever channel you use, and waits for instructions. Less manual email traffic. Think about the requests the agent already answers, and the ones where it's already written the response. The AP team isn't logging into 4 systems to piece together what happened. Hours become minutes, faster response time, and a better experience on both sides. Better for the vendor who asks a question and gets an answer the same hour. Better for employees too, who can use this for expense report status. Stronger compliance. This one matters. The agent is built with security and compliance up front. If a query comes in from someone at the vendor who isn't in accounts payable, the agent knows they don't have access to that information and doesn't share it. Responses stay consistent every time. It scales. As the organization grows, this grows with it. No additional headcount. This is the architecture. It shows your platform, where the agent sits, and how everything plugs together. This one is here as a reference for your IT team. We won't walk through it today. So the first thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to create a dedicated email box. And so something like ap@b2bindustrial.com, you'll direct your vendors to send their queries directly to this email. So the first example I'm going to give you is that we've got a request that says, "Can you please share the details of this particular PO?" So what the agent would do is understand the request. It would also confirm that this individual is part of the AP team, that they do have access to this information. And then this is one that's an auto response. The agent would respond directly once it's confirmed, respond directly on this. And there's no work that's needed from the AP team. Second example, a vendor says they received a payment, but the amount is different from what they expected. It doesn't match the invoice. The agent connects to the systems and works out where the discrepancy is. But this only is categorized as a draft, so instead of sending, it writes the response and routes it to the AP team first. All the research is done. What you're seeing here is a template, so not every field is filled in. We'd customize this for your team. The agent says, "Here's the query that came in, here's where the discrepancy is, here's my response." The AP team tweaks it or approves it, and away it goes. The third example we have here, but this example in here, because there's an attachment in here just to show the agent can also consume attachments as well. And this particular attachment, it's not even belong to the AP team. It belongs to the healthcare billing team, so this is an example of we've instructed the agent to categorize this as an escalation. So in this particular case, the agent responded, then it has gone into Teams to the AP team to say, "I've received a request, it really belonged to the healthcare team. Here is how I plan to respond." The AP team may say, "This looks good, but add X, Y, and Z," and then again, off it goes. So in these last 2 cases, we're saying, the confidence is not as high as one of the simple requests. So we just want to do a second look before it goes through. That's the AP vendor email agent. Vendors get answers in minutes. The AP team stops digging through systems. And you decide exactly where the agent acts on its own and where a person signs off. If this looks like something your team could use, we'd like to hear what you think. Thank you for your time and attention.